Welcome to the BC Coalition of People with Disabilities RDSP video series. This is video 4, the RDSP and people receiving social assistance. In this video, we'll explain the Ministry of Housing and Social Development's policies on RDSPs and exempt income and assets, and special issues for people receiving assistance.
We know that people living on income assistance rarely have large amounts of money for savings, and would most probably think a long-term savings plan doesn't apply to them and their financial situation. However, as we mentioned in our other videos, there are ways that people receiving income assistance can see significant financial benefits from having an RDSP. The main reason the RDSP is different from other ways to save money is that the Ministry of Housing and Social Development has specific policies about assets and payments from RDSPs. Usually, a single person receiving the Persons with Disabilities or PWD benefit, for example, is allowed to have only a maximum of $3,000 in assets before money is deducted from their PWD check. With RDSPs, the policies are different. Any amount of money in an RDSP is considered an exempt asset, and any amount of money paid out from the RDSP is considered exempt income. This allows you to have some financial security without jeopardizing your monthly disability assistance. Some people on social assistance may not be concerned about the federal grants and bonds, but they want to exempt a lump sum payment so they can continue to receive their provincial disability benefits. For example, let's say a person who's 52 years old and receiving PWD gets a $25,000 lump sum payment from ICBC. They put this money into an RDSP, even though they are over 50 and too old to receive grants and bonds. They will need to tell their provincial ministry that they've received the money and put it into an RDSP. But once the RDSP is set up, their PWD will continue, and the $25,000 can be used from time to time as extra income without losing any PWD benefits. And the ministry can't tell the person how the RDSP payments should be spent. There are some other considerations about RDSPs that we'd like you to know. First, you may not qualify for the Disability Tax Credit, or DTC. A significant percentage of people who qualify for PWD or other disability benefits won't qualify for the DTC. And if you don't have the tax credit, you can't open an RDSP. Second, there's the risk of losing the DTC once you get it. The DTC isn't a lifelong designation, so people may have their DTC reevaluated, especially if they have a condition or disability that changes over time. Third, there are several steps to setting up an RDSP, from the DTC application, doctor's visits, comparing banks. And for some people with disabilities, this may take more time and energy than they can manage. And finally, we've mentioned the 10-year rule, which says that if money is taken out early from an RDSP, grants and bonds from the previous 10 years are lost. For people who qualify, the RDSP is an excellent opportunity to establish long-term savings. We've created these videos and our guide because we want to encourage as many people with disabilities as possible to open RDSPs, even if you have very limited income. So we strongly encourage you to look into RDSPs, and the younger you are when you open the plan, the better. For people with disabilities receiving income assistance, we know that long-term financial planning is usually not a priority, or even something people think about. But with the introduction of the RDSP, there is now a compelling reason to make it a priority and to explore the ways that opening an RDSP can increase your financial security for the future. We hope these videos have been helpful. If you'd like more details on the RDSP, please visit our website and download a free copy of our RDSP guide and the scripts of these videos. The guide describes the topics we've covered in more depth and includes more examples of how people with low incomes can use an RDSP, other resources and links to help you understand and set up an RDSP.